Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the TUES College Basketball Tuesday. Got a really loaded day. I think we got 12 games lined up for the live show tomorrow. In this video, I'm going to go through 4 of them, though. 4 college basketball games for Tuesday night. Let's go.
Welcome to the TUES. The TUES. TUES. Hey, get the TUES.
First up, we're starting out in the Big East. We got Marquette on the road at Butler. Butler catching 2.5 points at home. I think there's a 3 and a 3.5 open, though. This line's kind of all over the place. Most books I'm seeing 2.5, though. Total sitting at 154.5. Betting trends on the Marquette side, just 1-4 against the spread as road favorites this year. 9-9 against the spread as favorites, period. 8-4 against the spread in conference play so far. On the Butler side, we got 8-6 against the spread coming off a win. Just 0-1 against the spread as a home dog. They've only been an underdog at home once this entire season. That was against UConn. Just 5-8 against the spread in Big East play. So if we look at some recent production here, Marquette is actually 5-0 in their last 5. Butler's 4-1. But look at the strength of schedule. It's pretty significant here. Butler 39th in strength of schedule in that time in the last 5. Marquette 194. So yeah, Marquette's won 5 in a row, but had a little bit of a fortunate schedule. If we match up Marquette's offense against Butler's defense using the numbers from the last 5 games, clearly the edge goes to Marquette here. Look at the efficient field goal percentage, 1st to 223rd. Keep in mind, they've played an easy schedule. These are the numbers from the last 5, but still, definitely edge goes to Marquette. Butler does have the rebounding advantage, though. The biggest mismatch for Marquette offensively is going to be the 3-point shooting. You can see in the last 5, Marquette's got great numbers shooting the ball from outside. It's been an area Butler struggled. Well, actually, they have good numbers defending the corner 3, but that's not really a huge volume of shots. The corner 3, the above the break 3 is much more common, and you can see Butler's definitely struggled from out there. It gets deeper in these shot charts, though, because Marquette should not only have opportunities to score from 3-point, but look at their numbers at the rim. 75th in frequency, 41st in efficiency. Butler's defensive numbers, 209th in efficiency. So Marquette with a huge advantage offensively. When we flip it over to the other side, though, Butler might have the edge on offense themselves. 47th in efficient field goal percentage compared to 138th. And keep in mind, this is the last 5 games Marquette's played an easy schedule. Really couldn't find any advantages for Butler in the shot charts. They take a lot of those short mid-range shots. Actually, a lot of them. 14th in frequency, 12th in efficiency. So they're good shooting the ball from there, those 8 to 12 footers. But Marquette's got good defensive numbers against those zones, so really couldn't find anything in shot charts. As far as betting this game, I know Butler plus 2.5 seems like a really sharp play, taking a conference home dog, but the matchup, I just really don't like it. I mean, Marquette defends everything Butler does well. Also, Marquette's been red hot from 3. I didn't even mention this. In the last 5 games, Marquette's 1st in the country in 3-point percentage, and Butler struggled to defend the 3 ball. I can't get there. Marquette minus 2.5.
Update. So while I was recording this video, the line moved from 2.5 up to 4.5. I mean, I would still lean Marquette, but we're getting close to pass territory. I definitely wouldn't take Butler. So at 4.5, I'll say Marquette or pass.
Next game, Iowa State, the Clones on the road at Cincinnati here. Cincinnati laying 1 point at home. Total sitting at 135.5. Let's take a look at betting trends for Iowa State. They're 16-7 against the spread on the season. That's the best in the entire Big 12. They're 10-3 against the spread with 2 or 3 days rest this year, and they're 7-3 against the spread in Big 12 play. But you know what? The trends look pretty nice on the Cincinnati side as well. 5-1 against the spread as an underdog this year, 6-1 against the spread coming off a loss, and they're also 7-3 against the spread in Big 12 play. If we take a look at the recent game logs, quick glance edge definitely goes to Iowa State. Iowa State's 4-1 in their last 5 games, and look at the strength of schedule, 1st. So they're 4-1 in their last 5, and they're ranked 1st in strength of schedule in those 5 games. Now, Cincinnati's played a strong schedule also. They're 15th in the last 5, but just 2-3 in those games. First, we'll match up the Iowa State offense against Cincinnati's defense, and you'd have to say the edge goes to Iowa State on this side of the court. Efficient field goal percentage, Cincinnati definitely has the advantage here, 39th to 193rd in the last 5 games, but look at rebounding and turnovers. I mean, huge edge to Iowa State there. The shot charts in this matchup are a little weird. So Iowa State's got really nice looking 3-point percentage, and Cincinnati's given up a high 3-point percentage to opponents recently. But look at the frequency numbers here. Cincinnati doesn't let opponents get many 3-point shots off, and Iowa State hasn't been taking many 3s. So I don't know if we can even factor that in. I mean, who cares if Iowa State has the 3-point edge in this game if they're not going to take any? Now let's flip it over to the other side and look at the matchup for Cincinnati's offense and check these numbers out, man. I mean, So efficient field goal percentage, Iowa State 189th to Cincinnati 313th. So edge to Iowa State. But look at the rebounding edge here. 321st to 3rd. I mean, Cincinnati should have so many opportunities to score as far as second chance points. But then you look at the turnover numbers, and it's right back to Iowa State. I don't know if I've ever seen such a black and white, like, huge edges here back and forth. As far as betting this game, to be honest, I don't know how much I really like this one. I've been backing Iowa State almost blindly because I like Matt Campbell. But I actually think this is a spot to fade him. I'm leaning towards Cincinnati -1. I want to wait and see what the other people on the live show are picking first, but I'm going to go Cincinnati -1 next game. SEC up next. We got Ole Miss on the road at Kentucky. Kentucky laying 8.5 points at home in the total sitting at 164.5. Betting trends for Ole Miss. 3-3 against the spread as road dogs this year. 4-3 against the spread with 4+ days rest. They've had a full week rest. They've had a full week off, Ole Miss. They are 6-4 against the spread in conference play. On the Kentucky side, Wildcats are 13-10 against the spread on the season, 4-2 against the spread coming off a loss, just 7-8 against the spread as home favorites this year. So let's start off by looking at the game logs from the last 5 games. Ole Miss, 3-2 of their last 5 with the 11th strongest schedule in the country. So that's impressive there for Ole Miss. Kentucky just 2-3 in their last 5 with the 76th strongest schedule. So right off the bat at 8.5, you got to be leaning towards Ole Miss. And then you take into consideration that all 3 of Kentucky's losses in their last 5, they all came at home at Rupp Arena. We'll start off with the matchup between the Ole Miss offense and the Kentucky defense, and edge definitely goes to Ole Miss on this side of the court without a doubt. Efficient field goal numbers are close, 94th to 91st, but rebounding, huge edge Ole Miss. Turnovers, huge edge Ole Miss. Not much to go by here on the shot charts. I mean, Ole Miss is taking a lot of mid-range shots. They're 25th in mid-range frequency in the last 5, 101st in efficiency, so they're doing a decent job at making them. But Kentucky doesn't allow many mid-range shots at all. 81st in defensive efficiency, and the frequency numbers are way down. But then we flip it over to the other side of the court, and we start to see why Kentucky's laying 8.5 points in this matchup. Huge edge for Kentucky offensively. Efficient field goal percentage, offensive rebounding rate, turnover rate, everything points to Kentucky on this side of the court. And the fact that this game is at home is huge for Kentucky. Look at the Kentucky scoring numbers at home this year. First in field goal percentage, first in three-point percentage, first in points per game. Yeah. Ole Miss defense has struggled on the road too. I mean, this is a blowout matchup as far as the Kentucky offense for the Ole Miss defense. On the shot chart, same story. Just a really nice matchup for Kentucky's offense. They've been hitting their threes. 13th in three-point efficiency from above the break. 34th from the corner. Ole Miss defense struggling to defend the three-point shot. As far as betting this game, the fact that Ole Miss offense should be able to score points on Kentucky makes me want to glance at that plus 8.5. But I'm just a little worried about Kentucky in sort of a get-right spot, and all signs point to that offense just going crazy. So I'm just going to rock with Toast Kentucky overs. He put me onto that. Kentucky's 18-3 in their last 21 games to the over. So betting the over in Kentucky's games has basically been free. So give me the over at 164.5 next game. Big 12 up next. Oklahoma on the road at Baylor. Baylor laying 6.5 points at home. The total sitting at 143.5. Betting trends on the Oklahoma side. Sooners are 9-8 against the spread coming off a win. Just 2-3 against the spread on the road this year. They've only played 5 road games. 5-6 against the spread in conference play. On the Baylor side, Bears are 10-5-2 against the spread as favorites this year. 7-4-1 against the spread at home, and 5-4-1 against the spread in Big 12 play. If we take a look at the schedule for these teams for the last 5, both these teams are 3-2 in their last 5 games. Strength of schedule, Baylor's 2nd, but Oklahoma's 33rd, so it's not like Oklahoma's played an easy schedule. We'll start off with the matchup between the Oklahoma offense and the Baylor defense, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Oklahoma has the edge on this side of the court. I mean, Baylor defensively, 305th in efficient field goal percentage in their last 5. Now, keep in mind, they have played a very strong schedule, but still 305th. They do have the rebounding edge, Baylor, and turnovers is about a wash. So just shot making is huge. I think Oklahoma might be able to score points in this game. And to take it a step further, check this out. We'll pull up the shot charts. The above the break 3 is where Baylor's struggling. Baylor against the above the break 3, 177th in frequency, 343rd in defensive efficiency against above the break 3. Teams have been splashing the 3 ball from out there on the perimeter. Look at Oklahoma's shooting numbers from above the break in the last 5, 130th in frequency, 89th in efficiency. Oklahoma's going to get looks from outside here. And when we flip it over to the other side of the court, obviously Baylor's offense has the edge, but it's not as crazy as you would think. In the last 5 games, we're talking 14th in efficient field goal percentage for Oklahoma, 14th. 96 for Baylor. Now, Baylor does have the rebounding edge. Really, turnover edge, nobody. I mean, Baylor's really struggling to protect the ball. On the shot charts, Baylor's been really efficient scoring the ball at the rim. But Oklahoma's been great protecting the basket. 34th in defensive efficiency at the rim in the last 5. So I don't know how much of an edge. I mean, obviously Baylor's offense has the edge here over Oklahoma's defense, but it's not that crazy to me. Look, I know Baylor's played a really strong schedule, and a lot of people are going to look at this as a get-right spot for them, but the numbers don't lie. 6.5 is too many based on the production we've seen on the court. I'm on the Sooners. Oklahoma plus 6.5. Like I said earlier, live show at 3 p.m. We're going to go through about 12 college basketball games for Tuesday night. NBA live shows at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. If you want my top bets for all sports parlays of the day, or you want to join our Discord, head over to KyleKirms.com. The information's right there on the homepage. Tuesday night, we got NBA, we got college basketball. Let's pick our spots and have ourselves a good one. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you in the Discord.